Oh guys, look at that sun. Not 10 minutes ago it was miserable and dank on here. Oh god, it's bright now. The rain, well, it was drizzle more than out else, and it felt really horrible, but it's looking fantastic now. It's actually couldn't be any better. This is what an allotments is all about. When you've got the sun belting down on you and you've got fresh air. There's nowhere else I'd like to be. Well, actually there is one place else I'd like to be. I do a lot of fishing, and that's on the riverbank. I mean, you get the same kick out of fishing when you're sat on a riverbank, you're all on your own, and you're watching the anticipation of the float going down. Well, you get the same sort of feeling here as you sat watching your plants growing and getting bigger. And when you're sat on the riverbank and you're watching the birds, again, I can sit on the allotments here, sit in that chair there, and sit watching the birds. And I don't have to just watch the chickens. I mean, the wildlife's all over this allotments. I mean, just look in these footprints there. Now, believe it or not, that's a fox. That's a fox walking across there, right next to the chickens. So you get to see foxes on here. I've counted about 30 different types of birds which visit this allotment or visit my plot every day. And when you're fishing, same thing. You see all this wildlife coming up all around you. And if you're really, really quiet, you get to see it really close up. I mean, I've had kingfishers land on my roach pole. I've been fishing, and they've used the pole as a branch to jump in the water to catch small fry. And I get to witness all that. On here, you get little field mice running along the paths, picking up twigs and running back to the nests. In that particular compost bin there's a family of voles what live in there. In that pile of pallets there, I've seen field mice running about. Like I said, there's all sorts of different animals what come to the allotments at night. I've even seen hedgehogs on my plot, and what they come for are the big black slugs. Now, it's a competition really, who gets the slugs, me or the hedgehogs. Now, I don't kill the slugs, well, not straight away anyhow. I mean, why would you kill a slug when you can use it for fishing for chub? Now, I've used, I don't know if you've seen these slugs, they're the big black ones, the really, really big slugs. And we get a lot of them on here, and I actually go hunting for them so I can use them in my fishing. So, you know, when people say, oh, they're eating all me veg, I'll just tell me where they are, guys. I'll go and get all your slugs for you, because I can use them, and I do use them for fishing. So there's lots and lots of resources on here, on this allotments for me in me fishing when I go fishing. I mean, got a wormery there, which produces about half a kilo of worm every couple of weeks. Oh, look at that little wren! Little wren's just gone behind that bush there. I don't know if you saw that then. Absolutely gorgeous. Smallest bird in Britain. It's about 2 inches from top to tail. You can't miss them really. The tail sticks straight up. It's so camouflaged as well. It's incredible. But you get, this is all the wildlife you get to see on here. I mean, you don't have to go looking for it. It actually comes to you on here if you're quiet enough. I mean, we have squirrels in the trees there, we have wood pigeons, we are, I mean, the old places. I mean, look at the fields that back there. It's just full of wildlife, and yeah, we get to see it all for free. And when I'm sat there in the chair and I've got a book in my hand in the spring, summer, you get to see it all. Absolutely incredible. So anyhow, like I said, there's not much you can talk about, not much you can say about the allotments at the moment, because there's stuff growing, seeds are growing, and there's nothing I can really do. I've done everything possible that there is to be done to prepare for the spring. I've got all my potato buckets now. Then my potato buckets arrived earlier today. I'll show you them in a bit. The same as the ones what are over here in this greenhouse here. So I'm going to have 40 of these potato buckets, 30 litre buckets they are. In 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be doing a video what shows you me growing all the plants on. Well, planting them all, actually planting the spuds. So there's going to be a video just for the planting of all the spuds. Because you've got to remember there's going to be 40 buckets, and there's I think there's about 6 or 7, there might be even more, there might be 8 different varieties of spuds I'm doing. Let's rhyme a few off. Well, Swift's one, Duke Yorkshire over there, the first earlies. We've got Maris Pear, International Kidney, Kestrel, King Edward, what's the others? Maris Pear, oh god, I've said Maris Pear, Penton Javelin, I think I've said that as well, or have I? No. And there's one more which cannot be forgot, Southpaw Mira. So there you go, they're the potatoes I'm going to be growing. So that's what the video is going to be all about in 2 weeks' time. That video will be just about potatoes, all the different methods I'm going to be putting to work in growing them. So you have to watch the channel to see this video, obviously. Makes sense, doesn't it, really? What am I like? So there you go. There's nothing to do at the moment, as in planting wise, but if you look around on the allotments, there's a lot to see, like the wildlife, and you know, if you're really lucky like I am, you get to see it all the time. Right, I'm going to show you the potato buckets, and then after that, we'll do a reveal. Well, when I say reveal, we'll do a plug. A couple more guys who I think should be plugged hard on the internet. That sounded really ominous, that, didn't it? What I mean to say is, these guys have got their own cracking channels, and I feel that more of you out there should get to watch these guys, because they know the stuff, and even I pick up tips off him after 40 years of being on an allotments, still learning, and these guys got some great ideas. So let's go and see who number 5 and number 6 is, who I'm going to plug today. Right, catch you in a bit, folks. Right guys, no, this isn't the World Cup. These are my new potato buckets, my 30 litre pots. So, sorry I can't bring you a potato reveal, but I'm going to bring you a potato bucket reveal. Now I've got 10 of these for 27 quid. So here goes, folks. I can't fit me and the bloody things in the same shot, so bear with me. What I'm trying to do, save the bubble wrap what's underneath it, because that can come in handy for something else, and I can wrap my potatoes in it when I start growing. When I grow the potatoes, I cover them in this bubble wrap. Now I got some off the last bucket as well, so I was hoping I was going to get some more of this, to be quite honest with you, and you get a considerable amount of it as well. There we go. No, we don't. God, I tell you, right, you don't half pack these bloody boxes. I mean, the plastic after all, you know. I don't know if you can see this. Well, we're getting closer to the meat of the potato. This is the bubble wrap, and there's quite a lot of it. So it's like Christmas, this. Yeah, really chuffed with this bubble wrap. We don't half pack it well, I tell you. There must be about 10 yards of the stuff. Good God. It's the bubble wrap what keeps on giving. Hope no one comes over and ruins my bloody video before I get me buckets out. Here we go, folks. And there they are. That's the buckets. So I'm out of breath doing that. But believe it or not, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, there's definitely 10 there. That's 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So we have 10 potato buckets, and can't wait to get some spuds in them. So we've got 10 potato buckets, and we got yards and yards and yards and yards of this bubble wrap. Now this bubble wrap is absolutely excellent for when you get your potatoes and you put them in the buckets, to stop them getting frost. I cover them in this stuff in the greenhouse. I think you might have seen me do it last year, so let's pan the camera up here a bit, eh? So yeah, you see me do it last year where I actually covered the potatoes in this bubble wrap. So there we go, folks. We've got another 10 potato buckets. I might order another 10 yet, so we've got in total of about 50 buckets in total. So I'll catch you later. Let's go and disappear somewhere else on the plot and show you what else I'm doing this morning. Right guys, no, this isn't the World Cup. These are my new potato buckets, my 30 litre pots. So sorry I can't bring you a potato reveal, but I'm going to bring you a potato bucket reveal. Now I've got 10 of these for 27 quid. So here goes, folks. I can't fit me and the bloody things in the same shot, so bear with me. What I'm trying to do is save the bubble wrap what's underneath it, because that can come in handy for something else. And I can wrap my potatoes in it when I start growing. When I grow the potatoes, I cover them in this bubble wrap. Now I got some off the last bucket as well, so I was hoping I was going to get some more of this, to be quite honest with you. And you get a considerable amount of it as well. There we go. No, we don't. God, I tell you, right, you don't half pack these bloody boxes. I mean, the plastic after all, you know. I don't know if you can see this. Well, we're getting closer to the meat of the potato. This is the bubble wrap, and there's quite a lot of it. So it's like Christmas, this. Yeah, really chuffed with this bubble wrap. We don't half pack it well, I tell you. There must be about 10 yards of the stuff. Good God. It's the bubble wrap what keeps on giving. Hope no one comes over and ruins my bloody video before I get my buckets out. Here we go, folks. And there they are. That's the buckets. So I'm out of breath doing that. But believe it or not, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, there's definitely 10 there. That's 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So we have 10 potato buckets, and can't wait to get some spuds in them. So we've got 10 potato buckets, and we got yards and yards and yards and yards of this bubble wrap. Now this bubble wrap is absolutely excellent for when you get your potatoes and you put them in the buckets, to stop them getting frost. I cover them in this stuff in the greenhouse. I think you might have seen me do it last year, so let's pan the camera up here a bit, eh? So yeah, you see me do it last year where I actually covered the potatoes in this bubble wrap. So there we go, folks. We've got another 10 potato buckets. I might order another 10 yet, so we've got in total of about 50 buckets in total. So I'll catch you later. Let's go and disappear somewhere else on the plot and show you what else I'm doing this morning. Well guys, I've just come down to show you the rhubarb, and the sun's come out, and it's absolutely fantastic. A little bit of sun on the face, never hurt anyone, I say. It's been raining or drizzle most of the morning, but just look at that rhubarb here, how it's come up now. There'll be a carpet along here shortly, and to think you're paying like £3 for 6 sticks of this in Morrison's and Asda and the Co-op and Tesco's. So can't forget Tesco's. I don't know what it's like, how much it costs in Lidl and that other one. Get what the other one's called now. That don't really matter anyhow. But like I was saying, it's £3 for 6 sticks of this. And well, 90% of the rhubarb on Weaste Allotments just gets rotted in the ground. They don't use it. They grow it, but no one takes it home. And it's a shame. I mean, I munch this going round the site once it gets a little bit bigger. I just pull a piece up and start chewing on it. I love it. I mean, it's even better in rhubarb pie or rhubarb crumble. I like apple crumble as well, but rhubarb crumble is the way to go with custard. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it's doing really well in that horse manure. I think horse manure is about the best fertiliser for rhubarb. So there's the rhubarb, guys. Absolute fantastic. It's doing really, really well. Just hope we don't get too many hard frost, because the frost knocks it back every time. But if I think there's going to be a frost, I want to get some of that bubble wrap and cover it. And yeah, there we go. We'll come back to this in about 2 weeks' time. I'll be coming back with a knife as well to cut myself some. Right guys, in the last hour it's changed from a perfect spring morning where the sun's blasting down on the allotments to overcast, rain and wind starting to kick up. Now it is Saturday after all, and well, we're in for some really bad winds over the weekend, so I hope you guys have battened down the hatches on your allotments and not left anything what can blow away and cause other people harm. Like I say, I battened all mine down, glass, anything like that, put safe out of the way, buckets. They've all been locked up now. So like I say, earlier it was absolutely fantastic. I mean, we got a little bit of a walk round. You got to see my new buckets. I am getting 10 more buckets, by the way. I've decided. It only took me about 10 minutes to decide. We get a look at the rhubarb down at the bottom, which is growing exponentially. That's incredible how fast that can grow. And we also get a look at my buddy's plot. Larry, now he's been on here for 40 years, he's the longest serving resident of Weaste Allotments. This guy's bit is a legend now. The grandpa of Weaste Allotments he is, and his plot is a traditional plot. That plot is absolutely fantastic that he's got, and the yields of potatoes that he gets out of it are incredible. And when we're talking tonnage here, when I say ton, over a ton in weight of spuds he gets out of his plot. We see him there with his sacks, 56-pound bags of spuds, wheeling them out onto a trailer. It's incredible, and none of them are rubbish. And I think he grows Maris Piper, a Maris pear. His lettuce and his cabbage are all the same. It's the soil that he's got, you see. I mean, half a day he can dig the plot up with his spade. It's like a spade that throws the soil off, and it can go right up the full length of the full plot. We're talking 100 feet by 30. I think it's 30 feet wide, and he can do that in the morning. Then what he does, he gets his wheelbarrows and he'll tip something like 4 ton of horse manure on top of that. Then he get his rotavator out and he'll rotivate the lot, and he'll do that before he goes home. That's how the incredible thing is, he's had hip joints, knee joints done. The guy's 87. God, them Irish guys are the tough how they make them. Right, so anyhow, enough of the lads on here. I did promise I was going to plug 2 more of the YouTube channels. Now remember that word plug, it's poignant. Now the first person I'm going to plug, which should be number 5, is an Irish lad, comes from the Emerald Isle. He's 6'1" and he's very greedy. He's got 2 channels. I'll tell you a bit more about them channels in a bit. And he's great at telling his stories. I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about. Baking soda. Brendan, what a guy. That guy's got more buckets than I've got. I think must have 60 buckets, 10 buckets in reserve just in case one of them fails, so he can do a reveal. Now this guy does a reveal every week with his spuds, gets his wheelbarrow, throws his spuds into it, and then gives us a talk. It could be on anything, whatever the subject is in the news or what have you. Absolutely fantastic guy. Now he's not a 1-horse pony, this guy. He's got 2 channels. I think the other one's called BMAC Turnings. Now this is where the plug comes into play. Now, like I say, BMAC Turnings, another site he's got there where he's got a lathe and he does lathe work and what have you. Now he's been doing some over Christmas and what have you. He's been doing some snowmen and some Christmas trees. Now these Christmas trees look awfully like something else. Plug. Christmas trees. Now I did point out to him when I was talking to him, I said, have you ever, if the hospital or the charity that you do these things for don't want these Christmas trees, you could always sell them to Ann Summers. Yeah. And he says, we're having a bit of a giggle. I said, yeah. I said, the bottom falls out of the market, and Summers are glad to take some of these Christmas trees off you. I'm not kidding you. They look like. Well, let's go no more on that subject. But like I say, Brendan, he does all these reveals. He's got a fantastic plot, and I really like that greenhouse he's got, and he's got a really nice set of scales there. What go? Hello. So yeah, get over there. Baking soda and Big Mac turnings. Now that's number 5. Fantastic character in himself. Right, now we come on to another dude, Mad Geordie. I'm sure you all know him. Blue Star Dave. What can I say about this guy? He's absolutely has me in stitches. I've been chuckling for the last few months there while he's been doing his extension on his shed. He's had this leak and he's been trying to get shut this leak, and it's just incredibly difficult. But I think he's managed it now. He's got a dog called Annie. She never gets a word in edgeways. As soon as she's about to say something, he tells her to shut up. Unbelievable. Hey Dave, by the way, we're all waiting. When you're going to propose to Paula? You know, it might be the first YouTube wedding on here, on the allotment channel. Yeah, well, we'll have to watch this space with that one. Now this guy is absolutely fantastic. He has me in stitches. I watched one of his programmes earlier on, well yesterday it was. I save him and Brendan until about 8 o'clock. I seem to watch everybody else and save these two because they absolutely make me laugh. I mean, tears some of the time. Now he's also a bit of a musician, and Dave, and talk about Gulliver's Travels. He goes on all these tours and what have you. But this particular episode, what was I'm thinking of now, it's like an head of a guitar, and he's strumming away there. And then just stops and chucks it on the floor. Well, you get a sort of a pause there where he looks, dog looks. I had me in stitches. You really need to go and check these two guys out. I mean, it's got a fantastic plot as well, Dave. Don't get me wrong. He's worked really hard on it. He's cleaned that plot up. I was trying to figure out where his plot started, where it finished, but now he's done a really good job. He's cleared everything away. It looks wonderful. So, yeah, big congratulations to the pair of them. Now, I wouldn't normally tell you how many subscribers these guys have got, but I can tell you they've got 10 times what I've got. They've got a great following as well. So yeah, get over there and give them check them out, guys. So that brings me to the end of this video. Like I say, it's turned into apocalypse now. In the next video, I'm going to be planting my dahlias, so I need to find 20 buckets of reasonable same size to do that. So for now, au revoir from Weaste Allotments. Catch you later, folks.